If you like to garden like me, then you love water like me. I'm April Long, and it's my job to protect water in this area all the way from Independence Pass down to Glenwood Springs. If you remember, last year was a drought year, and this year is shaping up to be a drought as well. We had very little water in the summer and fall, which has left us with really dry, thirsty soil. We also had lots of wildfires last year and very little rain. We are coming off of a less than average snowpack year. And so we're setting up for just a really tough year for water. And get this, we are in decades of drought. This is no longer a temporary situation. We have seen arid conditions continuing in our climate. So I'm here to ask you to use a little less water, and I'm here to also teach you how to do that, to live like you love it. So let's start with what to plant. I have been told that in this area, you shouldn't even begin to think about gardening for the year until at least Mother's Day. Well, it's that time for us to do that. Let's see. When you pick out plants this year, try to choose perennials over annuals and try to choose those that you see in our native Colorado climate. When you're doing your wildflower hikes, you can look for wildflower mixes like these right here. This is the best for low water use because once you get them started after about 3 weeks of watering, they'd require very little water use after that. Again, planting perennials before you plant annuals. That way they grow back each year. You're using less water and less soil and less effort to get those to regrow. If you plant perennials and annuals into the ground, they retain more moisture from the soil than if you plant them in pots where they get a little bit hotter and then therefore require more watering. So those are a quick few of our first tips. Now let's talk about what to plant. We have here, these are great examples of low watering plants. This is Nasturtium, as well as bee flower, poppies, and alyssum down here is a nice ground cover. Other drought tolerant plants or low water plants that we'd like you to consider are lupin, black-eyed Susans, bee balm, penstemon, coneflower, blanket flower, as well as sunflowers, which are a lot of people's favorites in this area. Another great tip is to put mulch in your beds. Mulch retains the moisture in the soil, keeps that hung in there so you don't have to water quite as often. So even put mulch within your pots if you can. I know it's a lot to ask to plant like this, but we live in Colorado, not in Alabama where I'm from, and so we need to have flowers that reflect this arid climate that we live in. If you need more information, you can visit any of your local nurseries and ask for drought tolerant plants like this one here at Mountain Greenery, who have also offered to not only assist you in choosing your low water plants, but to offer you 10% off of your purchase. For more tips on low water plants and landscapes, and to learn how to conserve water throughout the summer, please check www.roaringfork.org/drought. And check back in each week for more tips on water conservation and to learn to live like you love it.